Today we're stopping at an old school comic shop in the Buffalo area, Queen City Bookstore. They have a huge variety. That middle row right when you walk in is all full of dollar books. But today I am focused on a new unsorted collection that I was given exclusive access to show you guys. And just look at the kind of stuff. You can already see, looking through these boxes, the variety. We're seeing a lot of Silver Age. And then you jump to something like a Deadpool one. You have some of these cool foil Spider-Man covers, stuff from the 90s that people really like. This was a good box for me. I found a couple books that I wanted in there. And then we get to a box that didn't have much, but a full run of Watchmen, including issue number 1. Now these were unpriced, so I have no idea what he wanted for them. I told my husband about it, and he's like, oh, you should have got them. And then we got the new Teen Titans and cool stuff. I think that was a first Trigon there. And then we got an issue number 1. Do not touch. Maybe I shouldn't. You know me. Always a rebel. Cool Neil Adams homage to himself, and then a reprint of that drug issue of Green Lantern. And then we get into this Superman box, which had some cool Silver Age books, including early Silver Age, Superman 111. That's one that I should have picked up. And he also told me that he restocked some of the books in his $5 bins, so I absolutely had to give those a look. I'm always finding really cool things in their bargain bins. That was just a really nice looking Flash book right there. Just very clean for the Bronze Age, especially with that like pinkish, purplish cover. For some reason that just really popped to me. Like, I don't collect the Flash, but that book, if you are a collector, that was a nice one. And as I got up to the front, I was shown even more new inventory from behind the counter, starting with some of these awesome Silver Age Amazing Spider-Man books, Stan Lee goodness, Gil Kane art, John Romita Sr., and we're going into some Silver Age Avengers here. Silver Age Fantastic Four, Jack Kirby greatness. Check it out. Queen City Bookstore. See everything they have. And then this is more my speed. We got some Silver Age DC here. Some very nice Flash issues if you're into that. And then Green Lantern, which is definitely my speed. And then we also have some $2 books, and they always have cool stuff. You got a little taste of their $5 and $2 books at the Buffalo convention. But they always have more in store, and they always are adding new stuff to it, so it's good to keep checking back frequently. They actually had some recent back issues for only $2 a piece. I was able to pick up a Batman variant cover that I didn't have. And before I check out, let's hit up the new releases. And now for the moment you've all been waiting for, it's time to show off what books I picked up. But first things first, I have to give a big thanks to Queen City for giving me this exclusive access and letting me make my goofy video. It is greatly appreciated. The first thing I picked up from the unsorted collection was Batman Annual number 8. This is one that's been on my radar for a little while, and I just love that cover. It's just a very trippy image, very cool. This one's always stood out to me, so I was happy to find that. And then next up from that same unsorted collection, we have DC Comics Presents number 29, Superman and Spectre. This is one that I've seen before. It's been on my radar, and I've heard it's a pretty good story, so I'm definitely going to give this one a read. Very cool cover, too. And because these were unpriced, he just gave me the 2 of them for $5, so great deal there. You may have noticed there was a table with like some older trade paperbacks, and I actually snagged a few of those. So the first one I got was the John Ostrander Spectre number 1. I've heard that these can be kind of harder to come by, so I definitely had to grab that for $5 when I saw it. Next up, we have a little 2-issue set here of Batman Two-Face Strikes Twice. This is number 1. And then we also have number 2. Very nice to find both of those in one go. Always like finding little mini-series, little different things like that. So next up we have some books from the $5 bins that you saw. And the first one right here is Superman 308. This is a Bronze Age Neil Adams cover. I always love the Superman covers he does. I always try to pick them up when I find them. And speaking of Neil Adams, we have a Superboy 146, which I also grabbed from the $5 bins. I've always really liked that cover, so I'm happy to finally add it to the collection. Very heavy on the Superman in this video. We have an Action Comics 294, pretty rough looking copy, but I always pick up Silver Age Superman for $5. Back into the Bronze Age with a Superboy 194 with a really, really creepy, weird Nick Cardy cover. He's good at that kind of stuff, and this one definitely caught my eye. I've seen this before, so as soon as I saw it for $5, knew I had to grab it. Yeah, that was pretty Superman heavy. I think all of those $5 books were actually Superman titles. Crazy. So now we're moving away from Superman as we get into the $2 books, and we're actually doing a little chunk of Aquaman here. So we have Aquaman 41 from the Silver Age with that great Nick Cardy art. $2. Definitely, rough shape, but $2 Silver Age DC, I'll always take that. Any Silver Age DC that I'm collecting, like Aquaman, Superman, Batman, anytime I find it under $10, I'll pick it up pretty much. Then jumping ahead 10 issues to 51, we have this really awesome one, also done by Nick Cardy, and I love that right there. I have a decent little chunk of Aquaman. It's not an insane collection or anything, but it's been growing steadily. That's one of those things that I add to occasionally when I find a good deal, but it's not like Batman where I'm like actively hunting down issues, if you catch my drift. And then moving ahead a little bit more in the Aquaman run, we have Aquaman 58, a little bit into the Bronze Age here. And I think this might be a Jim Aparo cover. Next up, another $2 book. We have Batman Ra's al Ghul Year 1. I really don't know anything about this, but it looks like a pretty cool one-shot. I really like that red cover, so definitely picked that up for some cool reading material. Hopefully it's good. We have Batman 517. Just another issue for the Batman run that I didn't have, and I always really loved that cover with Batman and this ugly motherfucker back here. Nice, I like that one. So, fill in the Batman run for $2, why not? We have a Detective Comics 693, which is just a really nice Poison Ivy cover. I figured why not for $2. And then the last from those $2 bins was this copy of Batman 513. Just really liked that cover with Two-Face, and of course always have to pick up the filler Batman issues. There was also a spot that had some like very recent back issues for $2 a piece, so I picked up this copy of Batman 151, the Jill Thompson variant. I just really love that picture of Selena. It's just very beautiful with all the kitties. It's very nice art style. It's different than what you normally see on a Batman cover, so had to grab it for $2. Why not? And of course, I did pick up a few newer releases. And of course, I love Lobo. The Lobo cancellation special was one of my favorite comics of this year, and so I had to pick up the variant when I saw that they had it. Very cool outlaw look Lobo's rocking, and his motorcycle is a horse over there, so a lot of cool stuff going on. That's sick cover, man. Sick cover. And we have reached the final book, and it is also a very cool one. This is a brand new release. Justice League Unlimited #1, the Jim Lee variant. And of all the variant covers that I saw, this is the one that I like the most. This is the only one that I really wanted to have out of all of them. So I was happy to see that Queen City had a copy. I already got my cover A little while back. I still do need to read it, but I did pick up a cover A, but I definitely had to grab this when I saw that they had it, so there you go. You got a little bit of everything in that haul. And that's what's so great about Queen City is that no matter what you're looking for, you can always walk out with something cool. They have pretty much every age you could be looking for, every price range of book. They're old school guys, but they're not gatekeepers. They love bringing new people in. It's a very welcoming shop, so if you're in the area, highly, highly recommend it. Definitely, I'd say the most diverse selection, the most old school shop around, but there are a lot of great ones. Queen City is just one I find myself coming back to often. So definitely, if you are in the area, go to Queen City, give them some love, and let's help keep this hobby alive. Peace.